All right, guys. Can everyone here see me? Please type yes in the chat box if you can see me. All right, super. All right, guys. So I'm just checking the chat box here. Let's start with the analysis. Of course, there's been some error with the URL, and nonetheless, let's do this. All right, guys. So I've got about 36 stocks today in our list, and we are trying to, scan them properly. Just a second. All right. So the first stock we have is ACC. ACC has a bearish divergence in the weekly chart, which is, something to think about. Also, I think a few cement stocks have this kind of setup. Now, monthly CPR is right here. So is it taking support? Is it taking, is it going to fall down? We don't know yet. But there is, this was a resistance. There was a daily bearish divergence as well. This could be a 012 and it could fall. Again, next week is the month end as well. So this can happen that it's going to kind of not work beyond this, and it might wait for this week to just move sideways and then fall, or it can create a bullish divergence here somewhere and then do. But look at the, everything suggests that it might correct a wee bit before it does anything else. So ACC, because it has a bearish divergence in the weekly chart, this is in the list. Ashok Leyland, it is at EMA. You can see it had a bullish divergence here. Is this a 012? Now we have a narrow not a narrow CPR per se, but we do have a trend line here. I've set an alert above the CPR. There is a bullish divergence. Well, again, not a bullish divergence per se in the early chart. But yes, if Monday is a good day for Ashok Leyland, then maybe because it is at S1 in the monthly CPR, there is a bullish divergence, then it could turn around. But of course, Monday plays a very vital role in Ashok Leyland. Then we have CUB. Now CUB here, of course, this is in the list because it had a bullish divergence 012 Hekini. It is at a false ceiling. Remember the example we gave last time. There is a gap here which is acting as a resistance, and it is at EMA. Now, of course, we need something to happen that enables us to take a trade. Now, what I'm going to do is, because it had a very shady bearish divergence, hence it is in the list. You can see a very shady divergence here in the weekly chart. But I think I'm going to put this in the blue list and remove this from here, and we'll check it out later. Then you have Hindalco. Hindalco here, you can see again taking resistance from this gap here in the weekly chart. Not the best candle, of course. There was a bearish divergence in the daily chart. It has come till the EMA. Now the EMA last time, it is above the R1 in the monthly chart. In the monthly CPR in the daily chart. And in the hourly chart, you can see there's a bullish divergence here. So of course, I have an alert set here above the CPR. If it does go above that, then we can expect the prices to go higher. However, if you think it's gonna sell or it's gonna go fall below, I think we gotta wait, because there's not much to do with it. You can draw, probably you can draw like a support line here and see and all that. But at the time, right now, at daily EMA, bullish divergence in the hourly chart could be a good strategy, but only if it goes up, of course. Then you have IndusInd Bank. IndusInd Bank, you can see there's a bearish divergence. There is a bearish divergence in the weekly chart here, right? And there is a bearish divergence in the daily chart is here as well. Now, of course, you can see that the trend line is being tested, and this could, again, if needed, can correct. Now, of course, last day, that is Friday, the stock did go up and looks all right. But of course, this only is valid if it kind of falls gap down or goes below the CPR here. It makes sense. And bank, in general, we'll come to the index as well. You'll understand why I'm saying this. Bank in general, I think, is showing a little weakness. Just a second. All right, then we have JK Cement. Now, JK Cement here has a weekly bearish divergence, of course, as you can see this. And if I can zoom out, you see it's almost at resistance level as well. In the daily chart, it is below the monthly CPR, which basically means it can correct further down. Not the narrowest CPR that we want in the hourly chart, but nonetheless, it's okay. You know, you have a bullish divergence here. Maybe it corrects till the CPR. Next week finishes, and then you have a new monthly CPR as well, and you can take a position. So JK Cement is in the list because it has a weekly bearish divergence, and you could probably take advantage of it if you want. Then you have JSW Steel. JSW Steel, again, you have a bearish divergence here in the weekly chart, and again a triple bearish divergence here in the weekly chart. So this week was a selling opportunity. Of course, it was at R1, it fell below R1. CPR below S1 as well. White CPR now, it is approaching a support level. Now, two things can happen. Either it falls down here, this level starts acting as a resistance, which is basically false breakout kind of a setup. And or, you know, you wait for the month to end, you have a narrow CPR in the month, and then you can use the monthly CPR to, you know, sell the stock. But JSW Steel also had a trading opportunity last week to sell. And now, of course, you know, you have to wait. I think maybe not use the hourly or the weekly CPR, maybe use the monthly CPR as well. And maybe it will kind of move sideways this week. So you can wait, but this has a weekly divergence. So you might have to keep it in your watch list. Loros Labs also has a bearish divergence with probable 012, or you can treat it as a triple bearish divergence, by the way. Daily as well, you know, going below monthly CPR would be a better option to sell. So wait for it to close below the CPR and then maybe take opportunities. It is again below weekly CPR already, and let that all happen. So yeah, just a second. Just a sec, guys. I think because of the URL, I need to update this as well. All right. Next we have is Marico. Same thing, you see at resistance, we have a weekly bearish divergence, in fact, triple bearish divergence. And in the daily chart, we also had a bearish divergence at monthly R1. Now it has approached it has reached the monthly CPR, and of course is taking support. Now we can either wait for this to break out of this trend line, or, you know, take an opportunity near the CPR in the hourly chart as well, the weekly CPR. Either way, setup here, you have to take advantage of this as well. So let me quickly hide it weekly. Next, we come to Pidilite Industries. Pidilite Industries, you can see it is at EMA in the weekly chart. I think the stocks of the market has become stock specific more or less, and, you know, of course, the stocks that are contributing to Nifty and Bank Nifty a lot, maybe you can check them out and see if they have a trend where you can enter, or if not, then just be stock specific. Pidilite Industries, you can see here as well. You can see, you know, there is a bullish candle here moving sideways for the past month, and in the daily chart there was a bullish divergence here. There is a bullish divergence again here, and you're looking to buy. Now when you're looking to buy, of course, it is staying stagnant because of the wide monthly CPR. Maybe this week as well, it is just going to stick somewhere around here. Then you'll get like a narrow monthly CPR, and maybe you get an opportunity on the upside. That is, by the look of it, this is what it looks like. And in the hourly chart, of course, if not, then if it breaks out above this resistance zone, like this line here, the black line that you can see, maybe you can take a position, wait for 1 hour to finish and then take a position. It is above the weekly CPR anyway. So this is something that you can do as well in Pidilite Industries. Then we move to Sun TV. Sun TV, you can see there is a weekly chart here, right? The prices are correcting, and in the daily chart, there is the prices are at EMA and there is a bullish divergence. Well, there was a bullish divergence. Maybe this is something that you can expect, like a breakout on the upside, if only if. But again, I think I might remove it from the list because monthly still is wide, and I think I can get away with it. Forget about Sun TV. Aditya Birla Fashion, bullish divergence here, censored, went up, down, going up. Very shady bearish divergence. I don't know if I should or wouldn't, but I would only take advantage of this situation if the prices come back here to this level, take resistance and then fall. That would give me you know, an opportunity to enter on the short side if this has a follow through. But again, this I would take away from the list. Forget about this. Adani Port, weekly bearish divergence. You can see this beautiful downtick. Now there is a gap down here, and this was exhausted, no follow through. Is it a test? It has to like kind of fall down on Monday. Only then we can take a position here below the weekly CPR as well. And there is a bearish divergence here in the weekly chart also. So that is something that you should keep an eye out for, Adani Ports, which will play an important role as well because of the weekly divergence. Now there are a couple of weekly divergences that are very shady, which are not that great. You can ignore them, and some things like this you can keep it in your watch list. Apollo Hospitals, once again, you can see at resistance. Well, in the daily chart, you can see here there was a bearish divergence. It retraced till 0.12. I think there's a 0.12 setup. Yes, 61.8%. And at 61.8%, there's a bearish divergence in the daily chart. Take down on Wednesday, there was a trading opportunity, but because of this big candle, you couldn't have. It has moved within the CPR. Now there is a narrow CPR. Once again, you could probably take advantage of it if it kind of takes resistance here and starts falling. All right, so you can use that to your advantage as well. But there is a setup. Hopefully give you an opportunity as well. Then you have Apollo Tires. Now Apollo Tires weekly EMA pe hai, daily mein bullish divergence. Well, I know skipping a trough and all, but I think you can give that benefit of doubt to this. Now, of course, it is at S1, monthly wide CPR. Next week, I'm not sure how it's going to be. Is it going to be a quiet week so that, you know, you have a narrow weekly monthly CPR and then you can probably take advantage of it. But at the moment, this is in the list because it is, you know, it looks like, you know, trailing highs in the weekly chart. And if the high breaks, in fact, that's a good idea to put an alert above the high. So if the high breaks, we at least get to know, yes, something's happening and we can probably enter on the upside now. But probably put it in the blue list. Yeah. So that was Apollo Tires. Bajaj Finance, again, it has a bearish divergence here. Probably 0.12. Now again, if I put a retracement here, look at that, 61.8. And at that level, there's a very shady bearish divergence here in the daily chart. And you can see it is at gap as well. So see gap up, exhausted, gap test. So this all suggests that the prices should fall. Now, if it has to fall, there is a narrow CPR in the hourly chart and the weekly chart as well. You want the prices to close below this and then, you know, continue the fall. Now, again, this is all if guys who are joining us who are not in the tribe, please try and understand that this is for educational purpose only. You don't know the system, but to understand it, of course, you need to do the course. And people who are watching this, please treat it as for educational purpose only, and do not, you know, treat it as a tip or anything else. Bharti Airtel, of course, bearish divergence censored hai, and daily chart at EMA hai. So there is a kind of a bullish divergence here. I've put an alert above the CPR in the hourly chart, just because the weekly divergence that we have is censored. But even in a censored divergence, this can sometimes come down till the EMA. So only if it goes above that and there is strength in the market, then you can probably enter this stock here. Then we have Biocon. Biocon has a bearish divergence in the weekly chart. There's an engulfing bear as well. In the daily chart as well, it has reached MCPR, and then I think it's gonna go and break the monthly CPR as well. So for the past few, since July, I think it has been like very choppy move. Excuse me, and maybe gives you an opportunity on the downside. And yeah, I think weekly bearish divergence is good looking divergence as well. All right. Bosch here again has a weekly bearish divergence, you can see here, and daily bearish divergence, which was censored. So maybe you can draw this here as resistance and take advantage of it. Now, once again, I think it's a narrow monthly CPR, so it has gone below the R1. So maybe it kind of, if it gives you a follow through on the downside, it can correct a wee bit. If that happens, that's your opportunity. Now, once again, is it the best pick I have? Probably not. It's not the best pick I have, but it is a pick. So I'm going to put that in the blue list so that, I get away from it as well. Just choose the best ones that you have for next week, because next week we are going to have end of month analysis. So guys, whoever's watching the YouTube here right now, try and understand, whoever's from the tribe here as well, try and understand that next month is going to be very important, because instead of scanning weekly, daily, hourly, we're going to do monthly, weekly, and daily. And they're going to be beautiful setups, because we're going to understand the next quarter ka pura trend for particular stocks, and we'll get decent stock picks, hopefully. DLF has a weekly bearish divergence as well. Of course, it needs a follow through. It has gone below the R1 as well. So till CPR could be a target for next week. And it's a narrow weekly CPR as well. So that's an opportunity as well. So DLF is something that you should keep in your watch list as well. Then you have Grasim Industries. Again, Grasim is at EMA in the daily chart. There is no bearishness apart from the candle itself in the weekly chart, which is okay because it's censored. Daily as well, there's no bearish divergence or anything. It went up, shot up, in fact, recently, and then this could be a mere correction. It is at daily EMA. Daily candles are, you can see, trailing highs. In the hourly chart, there is a bullish divergence here, and if the prices go above the CPR, the WCPR, we could probably put an alert here and hope for a move on the upside. You could also probably put an alert below, above yesterday's high, which is Friday's high. That is a good opportunity. In fact, I'm going to do two alerts here, both alerts, one at high, one at above CPR. So Grasim is a re-entry opportunity according to the daily chart. Of course, do your own analysis before you jump in. Hindustan Petroleum, again, this is in the list because weekly is a decent candle. At EMA, there was a bullish divergence here. There is a probable 012 setup as well, and you are looking to buy. But the problem here is the wide monthly CPR, and you can see that is why it is not breaking above the CPR. Now, in this case, the best thing is either, see, the two things can happen. We can only react to price changes. If it goes above this, we put an alert. You can see my alert is set here. We enter. If not, then wait for the month to finish, which is next week, and then we enter only when we get a narrow monthly CPR. Both the things, you can have it in your list, put the alerts, and see what happens. Then we have Hindustan Unilever, HUL. It is in the list because of the daily bullish divergence, I think. Yes, there is a daily bullish divergence. It can come till the EMA. It is at S1, that is why it's in the list. Maybe it comes to the EMA, then next month CPR changes and the everything changes. Because it's a contra trend opportunity, I think I'm gonna get rid of it. We'll check it out later. Then we have ICICI Bank. Now, ICICI Bank, of course, you can see it had a bearish divergence here. It went up again. This week is bad, right? This is bad. It is a double top. There's a 012. Doesn't look nice. In the daily chart, you can see it clearly, right? There was a resistance which was broken, tested, up move. Now, of course, at resistance, gone back up again. Now, if this prices breach this support level and goes lower, then this should be the level it should come to at least. And you have a wide CPR, so you can't use the hourly CPR or the weekly CPR. You have to use maybe this horizontal line itself as stop losses or resistance or something like that. Or maybe the entire week breaks out, does a CIP and then falls. So something like this. And then you can probably enter at the CIP level. or of course it opens higher and starts going up on the upside, then we don't have anything to trade. We can't enter that. So let's see how it opens. But ICICI Bank, as I said, bankings do have this setup which has a bearish divergence and all that, rubbish, all that poor setups, which is a little alarming. So ICICI Bank is also one of those setups. Indian Hotels has a bearish divergence nonetheless, and it has come to like the monthly CPR. It does have a bullish divergence in the hourly chart. Well, very shady. So I think we can get rid of this as well. Don't worry about it. We have Indus Towers. Indus Towers have I think very weak bearish divergence in the weekly chart. Daily chart, it had a bearish, well, not a bearish divergence only in RSI, yes. Pulling back till the R1. I think I'm going to get rid of this as well for now. You can't, maybe blue list. Let's see. Monday is going to be deciding factor for a lot of stocks which are in weak divergence levels and stuff. So Monday, maybe do a scan for yourself in your stocks and find an opportunity for Tuesday. IPCA Labs, bearish divergence in RSI and MACD in the weekly chart, which is an engulfing bear, which is basically shouting that this might just go on the downside. In the daily chart, there is a bearish divergence as well, and you can see the price have fallen from the R1 till the CPR. Now, of course, you want the monthly CPR to be breached till the S1. Well, you want it in terms of the kind of setup we have, and it looks like a double top as well in the daily chart. It's a beautiful double top. So if it goes below, it's a wide CPR. I don't know if you can use the CPR, maybe use the monthly CPR. So let it close below the monthly CPR and then do something about it. Or as I said, Monday is going to be an important day for such stocks to give an opportunity. Jindal Steel and Power has a weekly bearish divergence, as you can see here, right? And a decent setup as well, tick down as well. You need a confirmation. So all of these stocks that you can see, like IPCA Labs as well, it does have a weekly bearish divergence. Let me go back to IPCA Labs just a second. You can see there is a bearish divergence, tick down as well. But to have a selling opportunity, the low needs to be broken, right? Which basically is, again, a good task for them, because in the end, yesterday, the market did correct a little bit. So all of them, remember, although they have a bearish divergence, they still need confirmation for that information. Jindal Steel Power, same thing, weekly bearish divergence. It is at monthly CPR, but if the opportunity comes, it has a narrow weekly CPR as well. So if the opportunity comes, and if you have a gap down or maybe resistance from this weekly CPR, then you can take opportunity here as well. Excuse me. Then you have Metropolis Healthcare. Metropolis Healthcare has a weekly bearish divergence. You can see beautiful divergence here. Again, bearish engulfing. Daily, it is at R1, or let's say it has just gone below R1, so which is also all right as an opportunity. Now, a couple of things. It has a wide weekly CPR, so maybe think twice. Maybe this week is going to be a simple week and create something, or focus something how October is going to be. So it's going to create something in the chart for October. So be very careful. Again, confirmation for these divergences are when the low breaks. So be aware of that. Then we have MGL, Mahanagar Gas, where there is a bearish divergence in the weekly chart. It goes up, corrects a wee bit at resistance. So this could be again a 012 kind of a setup. 61.8, yes. And that it is below the monthly CPR as well. There is a gap here, but I think if I look at the weekly chart, if it starts falling and using the weekly CPR, I think we can take an opportunity here. Monthly CPR ke bhi niche hai, which is for the setup, it's a decent sign. All right, so again, there is a setup. Monday is going to confirm a lot of information that we are getting today. M&M, Doji, bearish divergence in the weekly chart. In the daily chart, of course, at R1 took resistance, has come till the EMA. At EMA, we don't have a bearish divergence, but we do have a narrow weekly CPR. Now my alert is here, which is below the CPR. I'm just going to put, I'm going to put my alert here, just so that I have more confirmation if the prices do start with a gap down or start falling, and I can take advantage of the situation, because the weekly chart does show a little bearishness. but again, confirmation is needed for anything which hasn't happened yet. Mahindra Finance, it is at weekly EMA. I think this is in the list because the daily bearish divergence at a probable resistance here. You can see there's a daily bearish divergence and the prices can correct according to this. It's not the best setup that I have, but again, it does have a divergence. So, we need to put it in the list. Then we have National Aluminum. National Aluminum, you can see weekly bearish divergence, RSI bearish divergence as well. Prices can correct. I'm not saying it's going to be extremely bearish. Now, whether it's because of the, the dividend thing here, there is a gap here as well, a gap down. So if this is a test, because there is a bullish divergence in the early chart, so see how you're going to treat it. Again, for this, Monday is going to be an important day. If it falls below the gap, like opens below the gap or something, then selling opportunity is on. But if it kind of opens gap up or something, then maybe, wait for Monday to finish and let's see how Tuesday acts. Then we have persistent system. Persistent system is at EMA. We have a bullish divergence and hopefully on the upside. Weekly looks all right. Daily looks all right. No problem here. So this is one stock which maybe I put an alert here. And if it goes above this CPR level, which is also yesterday's high, I might be happy to take a position on the long side as well. All right, then I have SBI Life, which is a bearish divergence in the weekly chart, bearish engulfing, not the best looking chart right now at this point of time. And in the daily chart, it has approached monthly CPR. Now again, as I said, next week is the last week of the month. There is expiry as well. So if it kind of stays here, you'll have a narrow monthly CPR as well, and then maybe you can take advantage the week after. So let's see how it works. But there is a weekly bearish divergence, which is and a very, very bad candle as well. Hourly does have a bullish divergence here, but a very wide weekly CPR. So even if it corrects, as I said, let Monday happen. Some of these charts will clarify a lot of things. UPL is a dark cloud cover at weekly chart at EMA, and you have a bearish divergence. Well, not the best, in fact, not the best. But if you're looking to sell, then the prices need to go below the R1 and below the CPR in the early chart as well. Again, I think I'm going to get rid of UPL because that's not the best divergence that I can see here in the daily chart. All right, so this is it, guys. I think I have how many 27 stocks for next week. A lot of them will have confirmations on a Monday. All right, so very important that you understand that a lot of these confirmations will come on Monday and not right now anyway. All right, let's go to Nifty quickly. Right, Nifty, let's go to the monthly chart. Right now, another week left. I don't know what's going to happen. Looks okay. If this is a shooting star and there's another bad month, October, then yes, there's something to worry about. Right now, censored divergence, yes, it has fallen down. Let me do a spot Nifty also. Same thing, right? Same thing. So no problem. So in Nifty, you can see weekly has a bearish divergence. So basically what it means is it might not be the end of the world. It might correct and then go back and do everything else. So weekly is all right for now. Let's come to daily chart. Daily is almost at EMA. So there was a gap down here. You can see here, there is a bullish divergence here in the hourly chart. Now, two things can happen. Let me just quickly check this as well. Not too bad. All right. So a couple of things can happen that either, that's it. It starts falling, and, come to the CPR and then do whatever it needs to be done. And next thing can happen because look at the RSI as well. The probability is that it will bounce back. So it can come because the divergence can't come till the gap as well. Let's see how it treats this gap. If it exhausts the gap, so basically what I'm saying is if the prices go and close above this gap, then you can expect the prices to go higher. But if it starts taking resistance from this gap, then there's a problem, and then you might have to start trading on the downside. Let me open the, so you see how cool that is. You have your CPR at the gap. So that is what I'm saying. If it goes above this, starts taking resistance here, maybe spends the entire week here, then next week, the first week of October, is when we start getting an opportunity on either side. So that is something that can happen. So next week could be a quiet week for Nifty as well. Let's do Bank Nifty quickly, guys. So Bank Nifty monthly chart. So bearish divergence, yes. The low is not broken this month. Again, a week left, so let's not predict. A weekly chart. Now, weekly chart, look at this. Resistance fallen. In fact, when I come to the daily chart, that's going to be scary as well. So there was a bearish divergence here. This could be like the test of that. Look at the RSI as well, tested, and this could follow through. Remember the banking stocks as well shows bearishness. So the sentiment in bankings here is, I think, a little more bearish than we thought compared to Nifty. Now, in the daily chart as well, you can see below R1 and everything, there are a couple of gaps here. It has approached the monthly CPR. Now, as I said, a couple of things can happen. It can either, go up, test this gap and fall down, because there is no divergence in the hourly chart, but monthly CPR is right there. So if you wait for the CPR to break, it's too late. So either the CPR changes, and in the hourly chart, maybe because it's fallen so much, it takes a breather for a couple of weeks. Let's open the future pivots. Yeah, white CPR, see? So it can take a breather till here, and then maybe do something about it. But weekly chart doesn't look that great, right? Let me open the weekly chart. Look at this. Doesn't look that great. And look at this setup here. Look at this setup here. Look at the stochastics here as well. So yes, Bank Nifty, I'm not very confident of on the buying side. Maybe look for selling opportunities, but the best one I think will come after Monday. Let Monday happen, because this is a white CPR. This week might be a quiet week for our indices as well. It might not be a trending week, and we might get that opportunity later in the first week of October, I think. All right, so that's our indices, guys. Before I move on to those three cash stocks, or I think I have two cash stocks today, let's quickly go to the commodities section, because I think we might find trading opportunities here. So in commodity section, we have gold first. Now, of course, gold looks all right. Let's start from the weekly perspective. Weekly looks okay, sideways, not a problem. Daily chart, you can see here, went up, resistance, fell down, support. As moving in a range, we need a breakout on either side. So in, where's my layout? Hold on, let me open the CPR layout. So here, of course, we need to take a call. Let me see this here. Yeah. So this is my CPR layout. Of course, it is at weekly CPR. This is going to change. Let's put a future CPR, which is here. All right. So it's going to be a narrow weekly CPR, which is a very, very good sign. It's going to be a narrow weekly CPR, and there are bearish divergences. All right. So maybe it's going to break on the downside. I mean, hardly I feel like. Anyway, if it goes above the CPR here, up above it, you're good. If it starts taking resistance here and you have a bearish divergence in smaller time frame, then you're looking to sell as well, because it is at EMA, kind of a selling opportunity. So gold, again, Monday is going to be important for gold as well. Let's look at silver. And now gold is going to go into tender period as well soon, because 5th October, I think, if I'm not wrong, is the expiry. So silver is more of your trading precious metal thing. Now silver looks all right. Weekly candle is decent. Daily chart from support jumping up, from support TK. There was a gap exhausted, so you're looking to buy. Weekly CPR narrow hi rahega, which is good. And if I open silver here, you can see this exhausted. There is a narrow CPR here. Well, monthly CPR TK. There will be a narrow weekly CPR, and daily bhi narrow rahega. So you can take an opportunity. If silver, let's just go to US silver. You can take opportunity. Let's see, silver might give us an opportunity next week to enter. So let's see how it happens. Okay, if it opens gap up, we're entering, because one gap is exhausted. This is good. Let's go to crude. Now crude, let's open weekly chart first. I said it's gone way above, hitting the resistance levels, maybe correct a little bit. All right, but as I said, I'm looking to buy crude whenever I get an opportunity. So it has come to the EMA. We have a bullish divergence, but as I said, when we went to the lower time frame, we do have a head and shoulder here. Plus, we also had a a gap here. Okay, narrow CPR here is about weekly CPR. So if I open crude here, right, we'll have a narrow weekly CPR. If it goes above that CPR, we are buying and we look to buy. But if it doesn't, don't look to buy. As simple as that. If it goes above this gap, we buy again. We'll have this as our first target and then maybe more. If it doesn't, then we wait for a retreat again near the EMAs to enter on the upside. Okay, so be very careful with crude. It will give opportunity, but take it when and where you get it. Natural gas, again, weekly chart. You can see on the right hand side, there's a bearish divergence here. We've been looking to sell, but in the, just a sec. But the low is not breaking, which is about 209, 208 levels. Ye agar tutega, then it is comfortably, ki hai ab opportunity sell karne ka. We also have a trend line here, which if breaks is good for us. Wide weekly CPR, so maybe nothing here. Let's open natural gas here quickly. Yeah, I think there's a wide weekly CPR here, so we're gonna wait for that. But again, natural gas, I'm probably looking for selling opportunities whenever I can. That is my idea. Quickly, copper. Copper broken the trend line. You've seen this trend line before, head and shoulder. This is broken, so I'm looking for selling opportunities. If it tests the CPR here and gives us an opportunity, why not? We'll take it then. But yes, looking to sell when I get an opportunity. You can see this here as well. Right? Unless something changes, unless next week becomes like completely turnaround or something. Zinc, on the other hand, surprisingly, you have a bullish divergence at daily EMA and you're looking to buy. But again, you have a resistance level here. So, of course, people who are in my tribe, you'll know when I'm buying or selling zinc or copper. But you will understand the reason why, right? I think weekly chart may, yes, nothing here. Daily chart may re-entry opportunity, but there is a resistance here and we will take a call. Meanwhile, just stay put. All right. That was commodities as well, guys. Now we come to those two stocks that I want to discuss. The first stock we have is the advanced enzyme. All right. The advanced enzyme. This is about 323 that is working right now. They have a bullish dive in the monthly chart. Rejection, 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 rejection. Now, first time it started accepting higher prices. Even now, the weekly chart is decent, good candle, piercing pattern candle. And you see, I have an alert put because I have a monthly narrow CPR, uske upar alert hai. Now look at this move here, tuck, 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 tuck. It looks like a corrective move. Now, when the prices go above the monthly CPR, that is when I would be interested. Or if it, kind of falls down, creates a bullish divergence at weekly EMA and then goes up, fair enough, I'm up for that as well. But nonetheless, above narrow monthly CPR is what I'm hoping for. So this is one stock that I think could go higher. Looks like it with a monthly bullish divergence. And the next stock is not Nifty, sorry. The next stock is Whirlpool. All right, Whirlpool monthly bullish divergences doing well. Of course, a week left for the month to finish. Weekly also no divergences, nothing, simple sideways when it is overbought. And all you're looking for is a narrow monthly CPR. So this month is of course a wide CPR. So you can see from the 1st of September, not much has happened, it has moved sideways. If you have a narrow monthly CPR, that means this week also, if it spends the time here and you have a narrow monthly CPR somewhere around this level, you can expect the prices to go up and, like kind of make higher highs. This is what I think should happen. But of course, for that, the month should finish on a high, like something like this or better. And of course, this week has to be sideways in some ways. But amongst other stocks, I think these two were the ones which kind of caught my eye that, okay, this still has potential. This still has leg strength to move on the upside. That is why we've just chosen two stocks from whatever list we had and not really gone too high on anything. All right, before I move on, guys, of course, now the house is open. So if you want me to speak about any other stock, please do let me know. Let's see the chat box. Morgan, hello friend, English too good. Thank you very much. Explain mid-cap Nifty, please. mid cap Nifty. Let's see if I have Nifty mid cap chart. Yes, I do. So let's do mid cap 50. All right, so monthly chart looks all right. Weekly chart has a bearish turn censored. That's okay. It's just gonna correct a wee bit. Okay, I think best is if I do 150 mid cap Nifty mid cap 100, 150. Which one should I do? 100. Yeah, mid cap looks all right. See, there is a divergence. It can correct the indices. Look at this. Look at the move on the upside. It can correct a little bit, but it's okay. It seems like a correction. I'm a little more worried. If I talk about broader market, I'm a little more worried about banks than Nifty or Nifty stocks. Little more bothered about the banking index, the bank index, to be honest. So this looks all right. Tata Motors. Tata Motors, oh wow. All right. Interesting, not scary. So this is monthly, this is weekly here. Censored. I think it's going with the broader market. It is at resistance. See, monthly chart. If it kind of pulls down next month, like even first week, then this is going to be a bearish divergence in the monthly chart. Okay, it is at resistance. You can see this. If it goes below 585 or something, I think it's gonna correct a little further. But ऐसा कुछ अभी है नहीं यार. I don't see anything else. Like, is it really bearish? Is it very bearish? नहीं, ऐसा कुछ है नहीं. But setup is monthly CPR के नीचे, अब फिर monthly CPR तक. अब maybe एक monthly CPR है जिसके ऊपर चला जाए तो फिर चलते जाए. But till then, nothing there. I mean, there was a bullish divergence here and we could have made money here on the upside. But downside, abhi immediately, if you ask me, I don't have an opinion on this. है ना? CNX mid cap, CNX small cap. Can I buy call option for Monday? Mr. Murugan ji, to be honest, if you know me, you know I've always said tips equal to split. So can you buy call or put? I'm not sure what is your trading. You know, the way you trade and everything. So that is a very subjective question. So I suggest just follow your system. I don't see anything extremely bearish there. So I don't know, you know, take a call like that. Let me see CNX mid cap. Oh, so 100. Yeah. As I said, you know, I don't see anything extremely harsh here. So no problem. CNX small cap. CNX small cap. Yeah, similar. I think there is a bearish divergence. Yes. Confirmation of hanging man. Yes. So it can correct a little bit, but nothing harsh, to be honest. Then I have Tata Motors. I've done India Bull Real Estate. I think we spoke about this last time as well, that this is my, you know, if I have to, there is a bullish divergence in the monthly chart. If I have to draw a target, this would be my first target. Now, abhi chota mota ye sab swings aate rehta hai. I think if my target is here, see if you bought it here somewhere, divergence पे, then it's fair enough. यार अच्छा खासा आ रहा है. If your target is here, then stick with the target. I don't see anything wrong here, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, if see अगर market बह जाता है, ऐसा कुछ हो जाता है, then take a call. You know, take an impulsive call then. But at this time, ठीक है, बस है. This is IB Real Estate. Okay. Next is RBL Bank. RBL Bank. Let's see RBL Bank. RBL Bank, I've got a couple of alerts. One is above this. Okay, RBL Bank again started with monthly bullish divergence or EMA going up. हाँ, ठीक है यार, इसमें तो कोई problem नहीं है. Again, so this is why my alert is. My alert is, if you can see the daily chart, I want the prices to close above the monthly CPR. Once it closes, then I'm in the buying mode in this particular stock. Okay, the first target is the blue line you see here. And then, of course, I have another alert here, which basically means if it breaks out from this, I am in this for longer term. Okay, so ये दो अलर्ट मेरे हैं. पहले तो एंट्री मेरा इमीडिएट एंट्री कि मैं छोटे में कैसे घुस जाऊं, तो वो है आफ्टर दिस मंथली CPR. The prices closes above the monthly CPR properly, closing, and then next day if it follows through, that is my entry. and you can see ho nahi raha isme. And the second is that if it crosses above this blue line, like breaks out, then I'm in for the long haul. That is my plan for RBL Bank. BPCL and HUL. Okay, BPCL. This is month. BPCL monthly is all right. Weekly. यहाँ पे ये हमारा buying opportunity था. Now it has retraced again. Wide monthly CPR. So that means this month will not be a trending month. So wait for this week to finish. Maybe first week of October you'll get a trend on either side, like either on the upside or the downside. So ye week will tell you what it should be for next week. So if you want, come back next week, say Friday 7 p.m. This is just an exceptional day that we've done. Friday 7 p.m. and we'll talk about BPCL then. I think best would be that, because we had a buying opportunity on 4th September since then. So let's see, इसमें retrace हुआ है क्या? Yes, 61, 78.6. Okay. So maybe you get a next week. Next week is the best time to get an opinion on this. HUL. HUL मैंने अभी हटाया था ना. Hindustan Unilever, right? Hindustan Unilever. HUL has a weekly bearish divergence and monthly bearish divergence and weekly. I mean, W-shaped stochastic. See, if you're looking to buy HUL, only buy above the monthly CPR. Maybe wait for this week. This week is, you do have a bullish divergence. So for short term, I would like to buy for short term. Let's see if it comes near this level and then how it reacts. For short term, like immediately Monday, Tuesday, I'll probably be on buying mode if the market is, on the upside. PI Industries. PI Industries, all right, forget about monthly chart, weekly chart, also following and daily. Yeah, it's below S1. Yeah, so I think I'm not bullish right now anyway. PI Industries, it's probably going to be on the downside. यहाँ पे एक bullish time था again. I think weekly CPR को cross नहीं कर रहा था. I could not enter this. I was hoping for, but now it's below S1, so no way I'm looking to buy this anyway. Done. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. I think that's about it. Hopefully we'll get an opportunity. And again, remember, guys, today we've done it on Saturday 1 p.m. but generally we don't do it on Saturdays. We are on live on YouTube on Fridays at 7 p.m. for our end of week analysis. So till next week, take care, have a great weekend, enjoy yourselves, stay safe, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Thank you.